Hey y'all, how you doing this? I'm gonna do a video here. This is on a Colt Government model 1911. This is the latest 1911 I've bought. It's the only one I have right now. I've had Kimbers, I've had 2 or 3 Kimbers, I've had a Smith & Wesson and a Colt. I liked them all pretty good. Usually just end up selling one because of one another, but this is the latest one I've had. It's a Colt, the Government model, full size. It's got the 5-inch barrel. It's got the front and rear slide serrations, and it's got the 3-dot pattern Novak glow mount carry sights, which I like pretty good. And I like where it coats with this the little coat here on the back. Pretty nice little touch. And it's got an ambidextrous safety, and it's got the memory bump on the beaver tail grip safety. This here ain't really a big issue, but it's got the undercut trigger guard. It's a good issue, but I mean, it wouldn't make or break a sale for me to buy one. But I like the fact that it's got it. Just kind of helps you get a little bit higher grip on it and manage the recoil a little easier. And one of the only things I don't really like about this gun is nothing major either, but this back strap here, the mainspring housing, is plastic. I plan on eventually getting the steel one for it, and I'm gonna go ahead and check, make sure it's safe. And it's got the Commander style hammer there, which most 1911s have these days. The magazine's empty, and you can see the chamber's empty there. Nothing in the chamber. And the magazine wheel's empty, so it's safe. First of all, I'll start by showing y'all how to field strip this gun. Now, I don't remember if this gun came with a bushing wrench or not, but it has a full-length guide rod, so it's kind of hard to do without something. Even though I just now done it, just push my thumbnail straight down on it and take the plug out. And when you push that plug down, you're going to want to turn this barrel bushing around to 90 degrees here. And then, once you get it out of the way, you can turn the bushing around the other way here to where it's at about 45 degrees. Turn it counterclockwise, and then just slide it out. Next thing you're going to want to do is, if you want to, you can go ahead and pull this spring off. And remember, when you take this spring out, the closed end right here goes on to the guide rod, and the opening here is a little bit bigger, goes against the recoil retainer plug. And this should be a good snug fit over your guide rod, whether you got the short one or long one. It should fit snug. And the next thing you do is you pull your slide back until this notch here, this little small notch behind the slide stop notch, lines up with the back of the slide stop. And then from the other side here, you just take this right here, this pin that goes through the frame, just give it a little push, and then you can pull this over here, and it just comes out like that. And you should be able to slide your slide straight off the front of the gun, just like that. Then I always like to put my safety on here. That way, when you got your gun field stripped, you won't have to worry about your hammer smacking the frame, because you don't want that happening. And then the last part to field stripping is you take your guide rod here and just slide it up the bottom here. You can take this barrel link here. I think you can either leave it like that or flip it forward. I always flip it forward, and you just slide it out the front, just like that. And that's a field stripping. and I'll go ahead and show you how to put it back together. So we'll put the barrel in first. I'll flip this link back out of the way and put the recoil or the guide rod in from the bottom here. And then I'll flip this link down like that, that way I can see it. And when I put it onto the frame, like this, oh, the safety's on, duh. Okay. You can see the barrel length there lined up with the hole in the frame, and when you see that, go ahead and put your slide stop back in, and then bring the little small notch that we had earlier back to the slide stop there. And then you're probably going to want to take something with a small tip on it, like this knife here, and just push this little detent in, a little plunger that's on this little housing here. You're going to push it in like that. That way you don't have to push the slide stop against your frame. You don't have to make no ugly scratches on your frame or nothing. And if it went through the hole in the barrel link, then the slide should do this. If it don't, if it misses it, it'll just slide off the front. But then you can go ahead and put your bushing back on. Always turn it this way, that way it gets it completely out of the way. And remember I talked about earlier, you got the closed end on the spring here, it's pushed together, and then the open end here. Closed end's a little smaller, it's going to go on the guide rod. Whether you got the short or long guide rod, this works the same way. And then you're just going to put this retaining plug back on here. Be careful to hang on to this, and I usually just put it on there and just turn the bushing long enough to hold it. And if you have a hard time pushing your retaining plug in, get the bushing to turn, you can take a magazine like this and just push it like that. Or if your gun comes with the bushing wrench, that's the best thing to use. Oh, and another thing I forgot to mention, this gun, this is the mags it comes with. They're just standard flush fitting on the bottom. 8-round Colt factory mags, blue steel. Most Colts, I think if you buy a stainless gun, you get stainless mags with it. And this is the same one. It came with 2. I've got it loaded. You can tell this is the one I use in it more often. I've heard people say that they recommend using, like, say, something like this, like a Wilson. This is a Wilson combat mag for carrying, and they say the Colt ones make better range mags just to take the range with you. But as far as I've used them, I've not shot them a whole lot, but what I've shot them, the Colt mags has worked fine. So now that we got it field stripped, and I showed y'all that, I'll just go ahead and shoot it for y'all. So it's clear. Alright. I got a few pop bottles and little blocks of coal sitting up on a board there I got nailed to a tree. And, I'll try to zoom in there where y'all can see that better. Now, there it is. Now, you can see I'm pretty good now. Now, if I hit one, it'll probably knock the other one over, but we'll go ahead and shoot a little bit and see what we can do. Better get my hearing protection on before I start shooting. I'll shoot at the green bottle first. I knocked it off there. Don't know for sure if I hit it, but it's off there. I'll shoot that block of coal over to the left next. There it goes. I can't see my bottle on the ground there. I'll try to shoot it again. I seen it jump a little bit there. That's 8 rounds. Thank y'all for watching.